Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Nexa.
That was entertaining. 187 runs, almost for a large part of that innings. We were going at more than 10s on over. They lost half their side in the first 10. And we'll see where this game stands with both teams still wanting to finish on a high. Rajasthan's last game, CSK's penultimate game. They're playing at a neutral venue. This is Nexa presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Sanjay Bangar, Akash Chopra, and my dear colleague and friend, Dustin Silgado, to make sense of it all. You're all my friends. Okay. Just saying. Just pointing out. Okay. 187. What were our pre-match predictions? 200, 200. I think you went a little less.
217.
Oh, you went high.
Yeah.
So 187.
7, but there is 7.
For a reason.
We got 7 right. It's 187.
187. Now, who's in front in this? And be careful when you answer if you say Rajasthan, because they're going to chase also.
No, Rajasthan are still in the ascendancy. Or,
okay.
They've got some amount of lead here because, 187 on this surface when you actually were looking at 210, 220s probably, because at the rate they were scoring. Of course, they keep losing wickets. That's the new Chennai template. Earlier, it was all about ... take the game deep and hope that there will be a flourish at the end. Now they don't care about it. The new format is just go all out from the beginning, lose as many wickets as you want, but just keep the scoring rate up. And then they went back to what they were doing in power play. So they actually slowed down towards the end.
Yeah, those boundaries didn't come towards the end. How many balls, I think, at the end without a boundary? It was almost...
the last 2 overs, there was no boundary.
Last 2 overs, no boundaries.
No, there was one actually right at the end.
Kamboj got 4 in the last over.
It's I think the 2 overs before that, there was no boundary.
Yeah, it's so funny that if you watch highlights from the early parts of CSK, there's now a complete transformation. How would you describe that innings, Sanjay?
Yeah, I mean, good at the start, great intent from Ayush. He looked extremely good. The signings, I mean, all the replacement players looked good actually. Brevis as well. And both of them really showed that there wasn't much in the pitch as well. The ball was coming on nicely. Some of the shots that Ayush played were breathtaking. Yeah. Even Brevis was quick on his feet, terrific hand speed. So those are the things that strike me. And then Shivam Dube, because he was taking those chances against spin, he could have a strike rate of more than 130, 140. Okay, so all in all, those 3 contributions were vital.
Yeah, we got to go big picture today. The game seems like it's lost some context, but they are playing Dube in a very different role we've seen before. They are playing Jadeja in a different role since this transformation, and Ashwin in slightly similar role for Rajasthan Royals. As a tribute to them came in perhaps at number 4, but Dustin.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing that Ashwin 4, Jadeja 5. I mean, Ashwin was also playing in the top 3 in TNPL. So maybe that's where the idea came from. Because he was opening the batting at times and he finished in the top 5 run getters in TNPL.
Yeah, go on.
But it feels a little like, do you feel like Ashwin 4, Jadeja 5 is based more on their weaknesses than on the strengths of other players? Because Brevis, Dube, shouldn't they be at number 4 and 5?
In my book, it just does not make sense at all. I mean, no matter what the situation is, no matter what somebody has done in the TNPL, due respect, lots of runs Ashwin in Test cricket. But I mean, him at 4 and Jaddu at 5. It's like a lost cause right in the middle of an innings. Why would you do that? If you were to lose, okay, fine, lose with getting Shivam Dube in and Devol Brevis in. If they get out, it's okay. Then you're doing a rescue job. But what exactly they are trying to find from Ashwin at 4 and Jaddu at 5?
Mr. Bangar will tell us.
Okay, Sanjay knows quite a few things. There might be vacancies there that he needed to fill.
No, I mean, I was a big fan of Jadeja being at 4. I mean, when they did that move, I was really elated because I felt that because Tripathi, Huda and Vijay Shankar not part of this mix now, then it meant that at 4 he was doing a good job. Even one of the games that he batted 65 or 70, he batted really well.
So the numbers actually back his promotion, just naked numbers.
But do not look at the numbers just from like cold numbers point of view, because the 50 that he scored against Mumbai batting at 4, he was batting at runner ball for the majority of that innings, barring that one Trent Bolt over. And in the second innings versus the RCB, if you have played those many balls, he had to finish that game off. Because in the end, I think his last 10 balls yielded some 10 or 12 runs.
Yeah.
And there were full tosses that he kept missing.
Correct.
So in the end, so it's great, fine. I mean, for Jadeja, I'm
So
being
what are they
critical.
trying to achieve?
I think what they're trying to do is they don't want Jadeja and Dhoni together because both don't strike very well against spin. So they want to separate those two maybe. So keep them far enough apart so that teams can't save overs of spin for both of them together. That might be one idea.
Which also puts Dubey and Dhoni together.
Yeah, and maybe with Ashwin, the thought is just that, look, he's not going to be a good finisher, maybe, so we send him up to get the most out of him. I mean, that's my best guess as to why they're doing
your guess is as good as anybody else, I guess.
Well, I also feel that because Dubey and Dhoni, and they're trying to use running between the wickets of Jadeja in the middle overs as well. They want to keep the scoreboard ticking and all. And then with Jadeja, I think that aspect of his game doesn't get explored, doesn't get utilized when he's batting with Dhoni because of his dodgy knees as well.
Yeah, entry points also are not just wickets, they're about overs. So if Brevis has walked in the 7th over, he still has, even though it's 4 for 70, you would sense that it's still enough time for Brevis to have an impact. But what should be the long-term plan?
I mean, okay, you want to go first?
Yeah, I believe the long-term plan for me is Jadeja still at 4.
Okay.
Brevis, there could be a right-left combination between Brevis and Shivam Dubey. So 5 or 6, whichever number as per the right-hand, left-hand combination. But they require a little bit of a role that was done by a lot of batsmen for CSK. And that is a template which worked well for them in the scheme of things.
You have released Jadeja in your...
So you were asking me what should be the role. I would say probably trade him. That is one rule. I mean, you can actually.
And you open that spot up and you now try and get a proper number 4. Is that what you're suggesting?
You have developed Brevis as your number 4. I mean, bat him at number 4. And I'm also thinking that this is not going to be your 1, 2 and 3 any which way. This is a stopgap arrangement where you got Devon Conway with Ayush Matre and Urvil Patel at 3. That is not going to be your 1 and 1.
But only Gaikwad will come back in this, no? You'll play Matre and Patel, wouldn't you?
Let's wait and watch because there is a mini auction in between. If you're releasing Rachin Ravindra and Devon Conway, I mean, I'm just saying it's common sense that you will actually find somebody who can be an absolute
banker at the top.
Anchor and probably a destructor at the top. Why would you want Ruturaj Gaikwad to bat again with somebody who's not going hammer and tongs, or have Urvil Patel at 3? I'd rather have one more guy. I mean, they need Noor and Pathirana, 2 overseas, that's it. Then you need 2 batters. 2 batters, either you get a finisher with Devol Brevis or you get a top order with Devol Brevis.
My intel from the CSK camp suggests that they are very happy with Sam Curran and they will give him a rope at a number 3.
3?
Yes, 3 or 4. And that is, and he will give, they'll try and, well, that's how they started the season, but I guess because of so many other things falling out, so did Sam Curran.
So Sam Curran at 3, Jaddu at 4 won't make sense, no?
Jaddu, I don't have any intel on.
The thing with Jaddu at 4 is, the last time I looked at the numbers, his strike rate against spin in the middle over Sanjay was just above 100. And this is over several seasons. So that's a major concern, right? Somebody who can't hit spinners in the middle overs. Can you bat somebody like that at 4?
See, I mean, there are always going to be players who may have numbers scored against a particular type of bowling, but you have to look at the whole picture. So if there are batters right at the top who are striking really well, and you have batters below you as well who are striking well in Brevis and in this case Shivam Dubey, and they are hoping for better returns from all these players. Okay. So you require a player who has to do a particular job of holding that innings together as well.
All right, I guess so much of this is on what CSK are thinking going forward. Is Jadeja part of their plans? If he is, then is he going to be again moved around depending on who else comes into this team? Will he remain 4, 6? But I guess in situations like this game, let's say this kind of game is of more relevance going forward, still credit to them that they were even at 5 down 100 plus in 10 overs. They went it over 10 and over till the 13th, 14th over. So that's not a bad place. Sunrisers have shown us that you can bat like this and still get to 190, 200.
Even after Brevis got out, they got 1/6 per over at least against spin.
Yeah,
which you thought maybe they wouldn't, because sometimes they really slow down. Even Dhoni hit 1/6 of a spinner, which is kind of a rare thing these days. But so they at least kept the tempo up to a certain extent.
Yeah, I guess when you see MS at a run ball 16, 17, you know that the possibility of this is there. While he's actually in many ways maybe exceeded expectation at this age and stage of his career with his death over strike rate, even when you got a bit of a platform, this vulnerability is also there. Now, is that a concern at all, or is that not the most important thing for them to figure out right now?
It is not the most important thing, but obviously, see, we have seen with this league that bowlers are obviously getting smarter, captains are strategizing better. We saw how Nicholas Puran was given everything round the stumps and really full, and it kept him quiet for a significant period of time versus the last game that we saw. It was LSG versus Sunrise Hyderabad. So even Nitish Kumar Reddy came and just bowled full. So similarly, Riyan Parag was bowling to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. I mean, now this is going down the possibly like disrespectful that you have Riyan Parag taking a chance at 16th over. I'll bowl to Dhoni because Dhoni is not going to hit me. So 16th, 17th, 18th. What I felt was that Dubey's role was, you see the spinner, you tonk the spinner. You put him in the stand, so get the faster bowlers now, because as long as Dhoni is there in the early part of his innings, he's not going to go after the spinners.
All right, let's talk Rajasthan very quickly. If this is an important few games for individuals, Hasaranga 1 for 27, Tushar Deshpande 1 for 33, Madwal 3 for 29. That's a tick in the box for players that I'm sure would also be uncertain about their IPL futures.
I think they'll continue irrespective of their performances, and all three put up a good show for them. But these three players are quite secure in the sense that they seem to have the talent, and they would certainly want to hold them for the next couple of seasons.
Akash Madwal, I remember we were calling for him at a time when nothing was working. It's a shame they waited this long, because we know when he gets on to some rhythm, he's capable bowler, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what really happened, because Uttarakhand Premier League was, he was playing in that league and couldn't buy a wicket there. So he was very ordinary in a domestic league in Uttarakhand. I mean, and that was a bit of a surprise that Akash Madwal won't pick up wickets every single game. He was conceding runs, going wicketless. So maybe Rahul Dravid and company must have seen that he is just lacking the bat bowling form. That is why they delayed his inclusion. But ever since he's played, he's looked apart.
All right, let's quickly get to the chase and also discuss impact sub options. Rajasthan do have the option of a foreign batter should they go that way in Pretorius, and Pathirana has already been impacted in for CSK, so that was unexpected lines. I can tell you forecaster is predicting 44% CSK, 55% RR, which makes it feel like a 50-50 game.
44-55, so there is a percent of what, tied game?
I mean 44.39, 55.61.
All right, then. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, on that note, Dustin?
I mean, on this pitch, if Rajasthan don't chase this, I think they'll be really disappointed.
Okay, Pretorius has also been confirmed in for Akash Madwal.
Oh.
I can tell you. So you're going Rajasthan.
Yeah.
In spite of all your past history.
I mean,
not your history, their history. Yeah. I apologize. Yeah, in spite of what you've seen in the past with them.
No, I think this kind of score they should chase on this wicket.
Mr. Bangar.
Yeah, I believe RR will get this, and quite comfortably.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a brave man.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Chopra.
So, I mean, I'm thinking RR, but since both our gentlemen have picked RR, let's make it slightly interesting. Maybe CSK, 3 spinners.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen any super overs for a while.
Lately, the last one was at the Firozshah Kotla, same venue.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Arun
Rajasthan was involved.
Let's see where we go and how late we are. Thank you very much to Akash Chopra and Sanjay Bangar along with Dustin. We'll pick it up to see which one of these teams might actually pick up the points that will avoid at least the small dishonor of finishing bottom of the league. Keep an eye out for how RR start. They start with a bang in Suryavanshi and Jaiswal, so we'll see how that goes. Join us at the end for Nexa Presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. And as always, our Crickcasters are in action in ESPN Cricket for Crickcaster powered by Nexa. Here's what Palak Sharma has for us. See you at the end of the game.
Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Nexa. IPL का फीवर अपने पीक पर है और दिल्ली के फैंस फुल ऑन वाइब में। मैं हूं पलक शर्मा एंड टुडे आई एम ट्रैवलिंग इन द मारुति सुजुकी फ्रॉन्क्स विद इट्स स्टाइलिश एरोडायनामिक एंड स्पॉटी डिजाइन। तो अब मैं जा रही हूं दिल्ली की कुछ फेमस प्लेसेस पर जहां पर मैं लोगों से पूछने वाली हूं कि उनकी क्या प्रेडिक्शंस है इस बार आईपीएल को लेकर। तो सीधा चलते हैं फैंस के बीच और जानते हैं कुछ सवालों के जवाब एंड लेट्स हैव सम फन। से मेरा पहला सवाल तो ये है कि दिल्ली में हम हैं, तो क्या दिल्ली वालों को लग रहा है कि इस बार दिल्ली कैपिटल्स अपनी पहली आईपीएल ट्रॉफी जीतेगी?
बिल्कुल जीतेगी जी, बिल्कुल जीतेगी, पूरा विश्वास है।
इस बार उम्मीदें पहले से ज्यादा है, बेहतर है।
यस ऑफ कोर्स।
हमारा तो पूरा सपोर्ट है।
कौन सी 4 टीम्स लग रही हैं जो इस बार प्लेऑफ में अपनी जगह बनाएंगी?
4 टीम का तो पता नहीं, पर अपनी दिल्ली जाएगी।
पहला तो गुजरात, दूसरा आरसीबी, फिर तीसरा डीसी, फिर पंजाब।
डीसी, आरसीबी, जीटी और मुंबई। अब देखना ये होगा कि कौन सी आईपीएल टीम आईपीएल ट्रॉफी जीतने की दौड़ में सबसे आगे निकलती है। तब तक के लिए कीप चीयरिंग फॉर योर टीम।
Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Nexa.